other governors have talked about redistricting in retaliation. Is that something you would consider in Massachusetts?
You know, isn't it a sad state of affairs that that's where we're at, okay? And, you know, Donald Trump, Greg Abbott, Ken Paxton have left us no choice. That's the reality. Nobody came looking for this, right? We had a system of free and fair elections. We have maps that are regularly drawn, voted on by legislatures, approved and signed off on by governors. This is the way the system works until this comes in. And so, you know, they've left us no choice. It's not where anyone wants to be. I can tell you that governors I know, maybe with the exception of this person in Texas, evidently, we want our constituents represented. We want the voices heard. Whether you vote for me or not, I want your voice to count. I want your vote to count. Unlike Greg Abbott, who doesn't want your voice to count and doesn't want your vote to count, nor does Donald Trump, nor does Ken Paxton, because they're proposing to completely rewrite a map out of nowhere to take away the votes and the voices of Texans. And the message is, not only does this have an impact on Congress, which impacts all of America, it also is something that you don't want to see spread. You don't want to see spread. But Abbott, Paxton, Trump, they leave states with no choice. I want to make sure that people have access to health care. I don't want to see further cuts to Medicaid or to housing or to veterans or to poor little kids who need to eat, okay? So that is why it becomes an issue for a governor in New York and a governor in Illinois and a governor in Massachusetts, governors all around the country.
So Governor, does that mean you're actually redistricting?
I'm sorry?
You're planning to perhaps move forward on a redistricting plan in Massachusetts?
We just did that. We're going to follow the rules. I don't know if the Secretary of State wishes to comment, but we just went through a customary and orderly process just a few years ago.
We have no Republicans to give. No, I mean, as you may know from history, Massachusetts has a little part of this history too. Gerrymandering was born here.
Yes.
But that was about Federalists, and we have no Federalists left either. So therefore, I think at this point, what I think the point the governor was making is you're putting states and other jurisdictions in this fight to do tactics they don't want to do. You know, I know at the present time that Trump doesn't particularly care for Putin, so he says, but this is a Putin-like tactic. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't seem to have any problem with that. I think we don't want to do this. I think Governor Hochul said that yesterday, but if that's what it's going to take to save the Congress, because then it becomes the bigger fight. And I think that's the big issue here. This is not a Texas fight. This is not some little fight down there. This is an American fight. And I think what Hochul was saying yesterday, and Pritzker has said previously and others, is that if we, to protect the independence of the Congress that's going to affect all of our states, we may have to engage in those tactics we don't want to. But nobody wants to do that. The answer really is not to let it happen at all. Let's stop it in Texas. Let's prevent this from happening. Let's show them this is not going to work. And that's really what we need to be talking about. And that's why we're speaking about it. We're not talking about just to say, hi, welcome to Boston. We're saying we want to stand with you. We want to get your message out to the country. And for Americans across this country, this is a very important issue. I don't care whether you're a Republican. I don't care if you're an independent. If you really want a free and fair election, you have to worry about this, what's going on in Texas right now, and we have to all stand up and do something about it. This isn't just their fight. They're not here to escape. They're here to get the word out, and they're asking for our help, and we want to give it.